Hi, welcome to Attempted Living. Today, I'm going to help you live a better life by sharing what I know about asking for empathy. Asking for empathy means that something happened to you that hurt you, and you want to share that emotional pain with someone so that you can feel better. Let's say, for example, someone named Bob hurt you. Then you can go to someone else named Tom and tell Tom about how Bob hurt you and feel better after you tell Tom what happened. Now, oftentimes, Tom may start talking about what you should have done. If that's what you want, then that's called asking for advice. That's different from asking for empathy. Asking for empathy is when you purely ask them to listen and feel what you're feeling so that you don't feel alone. Because now you've shared this story and experience with someone else. So now you've gone through that experience together and you feel better about it. One of the key ways when you ask for empathy is to be clear about what you're asking for. So when you go up to Tom, say, I want you to listen to my story and feel what I feel because that's how I can emotionally heal. Okay, that's that's kind of like really heavy words to say, but it's very clear, and that way you can put your friend into the right mindset that they should be listening to what you have to say rather than commenting on, giving advice, or judging what you have to say. Something I want to go over in this video is to explain why it is that oftentimes when you tell someone how you feel, they will respond by judging what you say or giving you advice. On the flip side, if you're the person who finds that you like to give advice and judgment to your friends when they tell you stories, and you find that they don't like that, this video will explain to you why that is. Jumping here to this document, you can see I've listed out 4 questions. These 4 questions help you think about your interaction with your friend. In fact, this is actually a very general framework that can help you in all areas of your life. In today's video, we're going to focus on asking for empathy. So what do you want? You want empathy. You want them to listen to you. You want them to experience the story with you. What does your friend want? They want to help you feel better. Assuming that they're your friend and they want this for you. Okay. What you feel unburdened when you start telling your story and sharing your thoughts and feelings, because now you're sharing them with someone else. What they feel is they are upset that, one, you are upset and went through this negative experience, and 2, they feel like they want to help you avoid this experience in the future, so they feel they want to make a difference. They want to do something about it, right? They're your friend. They feel bad that you went through something negative, and they want you to feel better. So what does that translate into? The actions that they take are to, 1, tell you to feel better. They might discount your emotions, thinking that if they tell you, oh, your emotions are wrong, that they can help you feel better that way. They might give you advice. These are actions that they might take because they want you to feel better, and they want to take action, because very few people like to listen to a story where someone they care about feels bad and then do nothing about it, right? They want to help you feel better. However, when that person tells you to feel better, discounts your emotions, or gives you advice unsolicited, this is offensive to the person hearing it. Because this shows that you're not engaged in this story. Now, some of you might think, well, what do you mean you're not engaged? They're not engaged in this story. They're commenting on this story. What I mean by engaged is, let's scroll back to what you want. You want empathy. You want them to listen to you. You want them to experience the story with you. So when they start denying the emotions, then they're not experiencing the emotions. And then when they give you advice, then that means they're not feeling the emotions. They're not in the moment. Instead of being in the moment, they're stepping out of the moment and looking from the outside and thinking, oh, what should you have done, right? This is not being empathetic. This is being judgmental on the situation, exiting the situation, looking back on it, judging it, and then coming up with a solution. So in order to avoid this hurt feelings from offensive actions that might be taken, it's good to clearly communicate that what you want are for them to listen to you only. Don't comment. Just experience the story with you as you tell it. And if you find that someone is taking these actions to try to make you feel better, please understand that they do it not because they're being inconsiderate and disengaged from the story. It's because they find it hard to feel upset while they're hearing about the bad things that happen to you, and they feel helpless. And they don't like feeling helpless because they want to be able to help you. And so that's why you might find that the person you're asking to give you empathy may start taking actions to give you advice. Part 2 of this video is about how to confront someone. So here we have an example where Bob hurts you and you want to confront Bob about it. So what you want from this interaction is for Bob to acknowledge that he hurt you. What you have to be careful about is that you oftentimes want to hurt him back. Avoid this. When you confront Bob, make sure that you don't forget what it is that you want. You want him to acknowledge that he hurt you. Ideally, the socially expected response from Bob after acknowledging that he hurts you is that he will apologize. But that's not always going to happen. What do they want? Well, you can be clear that they don't want to have this conversation because it's an uncomfortable conversation about how they hurt you. So they probably don't want to have this conversation. They want to be happy. Just like you want to be happy. You feel upset, so you want to confront Bob about making you feel upset. When you do this, Bob will feel upset. Bob will feel upset that you're upset at Bob. This is a natural and normal response, and you should expect that this will happen. When Bob feels upset, you need to calm him down by assuring him what the outcome of this interaction is going to be. Outcome is he listens and then we move on. Or he listens and then we decide together on how to move on. The idea is you need to know what the outcome is going to be, and then you can clearly communicate that outcome that you want so that you can calm them down. Because otherwise they will be afraid of what's going to happen. Once you can communicate what the outcome is, then you can go through with it. And again, the outcome is going to be that he acknowledges you and apologizes. How will he acknowledge this? He will do this by empathizing with the story that you tell him. So confronting Bob becomes just like the first example where you ask for empathy. Be clear with what you want, which is that you want them to listen only and not comment. Ask them to experience the story with you, and then ask them specifically for empathy so they know what's going on. Once you've gotten the empathy from the person that you have confronted, then emphasize that the outcome you want is that we can eventually move on from this and have a positive relationship moving forward. That way, you can feel hopeful that this will be resolved, and they will feel that as well. I hope this video helps you understand how to ask for empathy and how to confront someone who has hurt you. I hope this can help improve the relationships in your life. Please share your thoughts below, and please subscribe if you like this video. And remember, there are more resources on attemptedliving.com.